My name is Jose, and 3 years ago I became the most successful version of myself I'd ever been. I had money. I had respect. I had a woman who looked at me like I mattered. I had thousands of people who hung on my every word, who asked me for advice, who saw me as someone who had it all figured out. And none of it was real. Not one single piece of it. See, the thing about living a lie isn't that you wake up one day and decide to become a fraud, but it's that you tell yourself one small story just to survive one more day of feeling accomplished. And then that story grows and grows. And before you know it, you're not just telling the lie anymore. You are spitting in the faces of those who believed you. And the real you, the one buried underneath, you forget he even existed. Let me take you back. I was 28 years old, living in a one-bedroom apartment in a part of town people only drove through, never to. The kind of backward town where the elevator smelled like piss and regret, and your neighbors screamed at each other through paper-thin walls at 2 a.m. I worked at a call center. Not even a decent one. I answered angry phone calls from people whose cable boxes didn't work, got yelled at for 8 hours a day, and made a measly $13.50 an hour doing it. And I was ashamed. Dear God, I was so ashamed. Because while I was there, headset on, getting berated by strangers who treated me like I was less than human, everyone else I knew from high school, from college, from life, they were out there winning in life. I'd see it every single day. Scroll through Instagram, scroll through Facebook, scroll through LinkedIn. There's Miguel, posting about his promotion at some finance company, wearing a suit that probably cost more than my pitiful rent. There's Monique, on a beach in Bali, caption, "Grateful for this amazing life." There's Donald, holding up keys to a brand new Tesla. Manifestation works, guys. Keep grinding. And there I was, sitting in my boxers, eating instant noodles for the 4th night in a row, wondering what the hell I did wrong. I didn't go out much. I avoided reunions. I made excuses when old friends wanted to meet up. I'd tell them I was busy, that work was crazy, that I'd catch them next time. But the truth? I couldn't stand the thought of them asking me what I did for a living, because the second I said call center, I'd see it in their eyes. That flicker of pity, disgust, unworthiness, that polite nod that really meant, "Oh, you didn't make it, huh?" So I just disappeared. I became a ghost in my own life, and the only place I existed anymore was online, scrolling, watching, comparing myself to people who seemed like they had everything I didn't. Until one day, I decided to do something about it. It started so small. I was on LinkedIn one night, just aimlessly scrolling, torturing myself as usual. And I saw this post from a guy I barely knew in college. He just landed some remote tech job, something in digital marketing, and people were congratulating him in the comments like he'd cured cancer or solved world hunger or something. And I thought, why not me? Why can't this be me? What if I just said I got a job like that? Not to hurt anyone, not to scam anyone, just to feel for 1 second like I wasn't a complete failure, like I mattered, you know. So I summoned the courage and typed it out. Excited to announce I've accepted a remote position as a digital growth strategist with a tech startup. New chapter, new opportunities. Let's go. I stared at it for 10 minutes before I hit post. My hand was shaking, my face sweating, but I did it. And within an hour, 32 likes, 11 comments. Congrats, bro. So proud of you, Jose. I knew you'd figure it out. You always had it in you. I sat there, staring at my phone, and for the first time in years, I felt seen. That should have been it. One little lie. One moment of validation. Done. But it wasn't. Because a week later, someone asked me in the comments, "What's the company? I'm looking for remote work too." And I panicked, so I made one up. Then someone asked what the salary range was, so I made that up too. Then someone asked if I was hiring. And instead of coming clean, instead of saying, "Hey, I lied, I'm sorry," I doubled down. I got creative. The non-existent zeal to get up and make something of myself came out of nowhere. I created a fake company website using a free template. I photoshopped a fake offer letter. I started posting like I actually worked there. First week done. Loving the team and the culture here. Remote work hits different when you love what you do. And for some reason, people ate it up. Within a month, I wasn't just lying about my job anymore. I was lying about everything. I found photos online of nice apartments, modern, clean floor-to-ceiling windows, and I posted them like they were mine. Finally moved into my new place. Feels good to have a space that reflects where I'm going, not where I've been. I found stock photos of co-working spaces in other cities and posted them with captions like, "Working remote means working from anywhere." I started brainstorming and posting motivational quotes. Success isn't about where you start, it's about refusing to stay there. And people loved it. They loved me, or the version of me I was pretending to be. Here's what no one tells you about lying like this. It's not about fooling other people, it's about fooling yourself too. Because every time someone liked my post, every time someone commented, "You're such an inspiration, Jose," every time my follower count went up, I felt like I mattered, like I was worth something. And I became addicted to that feeling. I'd wake up every morning, and the first thing I'd do before I even got out of bed was check my phone. How many likes? How many comments? How many new followers? And if the numbers were good, I felt alive. It felt like a dream I didn't want to end. But if a post didn't do well, I felt like I was disappearing again. So I'd post more, edit more, lie more. I started photoshopping my own photos, better lighting, sharper jawline, whiter teeth, clothes I didn't own. I started giving advice I didn't follow. Stop waiting for permission to become who you're meant to be. Your 9 to 5 doesn't define you. And people believed me. Because I looked like someone who had his shit together. But every night, when I closed my phone and looked around my apartment, the real apartment, with the peeling paint and the broken blinds and the stack of past due bills on the counter, I felt emptier than ever. Because deep down, I knew the truth. The version of me people loved, he didn't exist. And the version of me that did exist, nobody wanted him. Then things started getting real. About 6 months in, I got a DM from a woman named Lucia. She was beautiful, confident, successful. And she said she'd been following me for a while, that she loved my energy, that she wanted to get to know me better. We started talking every day, and for the first time in my life, I felt like someone actually wanted me. Not out of pity, not out of politeness, but because she thought I was someone worth knowing. Then a small YouTuber reached out. He did interviews with young professionals making moves, and he wanted to feature me. Then a local business wanted me to speak at an event about building your personal brand. Then someone nominated me for a community award, 30 Under 30 Rising Stars. And with every opportunity, the lie got bigger, and the fear got worse. It all came crashing down because of a guy named Eric. We went to the same college, worked the same shitty retail job for a semester before he moved on to something better. I hadn't thought about him in years, but he thought about me. He saw my posts, my success, my transformation. And something didn't sit right with him. So he started digging. Reverse image searched my apartment photos, found them on a real estate listing in another state, looked up the company I claimed to work for. No employees, no LinkedIn page, no trace. Reached out to mutual friends. "Hey, does Jose really work in tech now? Last I heard he was." And piece by piece, he put it together. Then he posted it, publicly. I woke up one morning to 47 notifications. At first I thought it was good, then I started reading. Eric had made a thread, with screenshots, with evidence, with proof. This guy has been lying about his entire life for over a year. Here's the truth, and it spread. Within hours I was getting unfollowed by hundreds of people. Comments flooded in. Wow, pathetic. I actually looked up to this guy. Imagine being this desperate for attention. Brands that had reached out to me, gone. The YouTuber canceled the interview. The award nomination, pulled. Lucia blocked me everywhere, and I just sat there, staring at my phone, watching my entire life, the fake one, the one I'd built so carefully, collapse in real time. And the worst part, I couldn't even defend myself, because everything he said was true. I deleted everything, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, my Twitter. I disappeared, and for the first time in over a year, I was just Jose again. The real Jose. The one I'd been so ashamed of that I tried to bury him under a mountain of lies. Here's what I learned. I didn't lie because I wanted to hurt people. I didn't lie because I was trying to scam anyone or manipulate anyone. I lied because I hated myself, because I didn't think the real version of me was good enough, because I genuinely believed that unless I pretended to be someone else, no one would care that I existed. And you know what the saddest part is? I was right. Not because people are cruel, but because I made myself invisible. I spent so many years hiding, avoiding, running from my own life, that by the time I tried to show up as someone else, I'd forgotten who I even was. I'm not on social media anymore. I still work at the call center, I still live in the same apartment, and yeah, it still sucks, but at least now, when I look in the mirror, I see someone real. Not someone people love, not someone people admire, just someone. And maybe that's enough, or maybe it's not. I don't know yet, but I do know this. The lie I told almost destroyed me. But the lie I told myself, that I wasn't worth anything unless I became someone else, that's the one that did the real damage. My name is José, and I'm nobody special. But I'm done pretending I have to be. If this story resonates with you in a way you didn't expect, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us here at Noah's Place. We share stories that make you feel, think, and sometimes even question the world around you. The raw, the real, the human. Drop a like if José's story made you pause for a second, and comment below with what you would have done in his shoes. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss the next story that dives deep into the lives and minds of people just like you, or maybe just like someone you know.